Greetings, metal community. Roger back with another black metal update. Yeah, big stack of vinyl and one CD. Some I will not dwell too much with. I have had some of these for a long time, so my mind is not totally fresh on all of this, so apologies for that. In the background, we will be playing Ara and Saika with 1000 vultures waiting to be fed. UK band from, I think they're Bristol. Is that correct? I don't know. Very cool mid-paced, basic, kind of primitive black metal, but excellent atmospheric leads, I would say. Not atmospheric like the fucking summoning atmospheric black metal, but just a little bit like chilly, ice cold melody lines, if you want to call it that. I call them leads because they're kind of not melody lines really. Killer album. I don't remember who of the guys over in the UK who showed this. Probably several of them. I'm guessing Matt or John or Liam, one of those, or maybe all three of them show this. That's the reason why I checked out this album, because this is something that I normally don't check out. This looks like atmospheric black metal and I'm not into that genre, but yeah, this is more like, in a way, Norwegian Djevel, more in the vein of that, I would say. And this is a fucking killer album. The kind of the leads are more, they're almost a little bit like Eccles, but just played slower. It has the kind of the same pattern in a way, but these guys played slower while Eccles is blasting. This is just a slow version of it, and therefore it's not so ice cold, but it's still cold enough. So yeah. If you haven't checked out this album, this will be on my black metal list this year. I will link it up below, because this name is, yeah, I don't know if it's ancient British language or whatever, but yeah, go and check it out. Another killer album that has been talked quite a bit about, so I'm not gonna dwell too much about this, is the new Malokarpatan with Vertumnus Ceasar. Yeah. What to call this band? Black and new wave of British heavy metal. In a way, it's kind of new British wave of heavy metal with kind of a more Master Hammer vocals, kind of this gritty, cool, occult black metal vocals. Fucking killer album. This will also be on my list, obviously, for black metal. And as I said before, my black metal list will be up on Christmas Eve. That is my new tradition that I implemented last year. So if you are like me, not so interested in that celebration, you can go and watch my video. I don't know, probably midday, I expect. Maybe record it in the morning and put it out. But yeah, cool booklet with the lyrics, and they also have translated lyrics. This is a Slovakian band, so they sing on their native tongue, but they have translated the lyrics over to English as well. Kind of, yeah, taken from the cover, these inner labels. Of course, black vinyl. But yeah, as I said, this is really cool. I would say it's, for me, occult black metal. With occult black metal, it's more like, it's based on heavy metal riffs. The vocals are really cool. The production on this album is two steps up from their previous one. This is kind of the first time I really feel that Malokarpatan is right where they should be sound-wise. They have all struggled a little bit with getting the production right for the music, but I think they have done it really good here. I mean, you get riffs like Venom, Celtic Frost, probably Iron Maiden, Judas Priest. I mean, you can hear influences from all those bands here, and with that cool, very cool vocalist, if you like Master Hammer, and it's kind of, the vocals are kind of in that vein. So yeah, awesome album, and also a list material. Then we're going to Norway. This is Ild, or Fire. So you would say it's Kvern, or Churn, or Grind maybe. She has a coffee grinder there, so yeah, cool cover. This is very simplistic necro black metal in a way, but it has a certain atmosphere as well. It is almost as simple as, I would say, not to compare the music to Butsun, but it's kind of that simplistic, but it works very well. Yeah, the Malokarpatan album is out on Invictus, if you didn't know that, and this one is out on Vendetta Records. So yeah, a lot of cool pictures in here, and of course it's Norwegian, in Norwegian tongue, so it might be difficult, and these guys don't care about you who don't understand Norwegian. They didn't translate it to English, but a very nice package overall, and I really like this album. It's a little bit uneven. It won't make my list this year because but there's a couple of songs here that I think it's the second song on side A, for example. It's a fucking killer track, and again, it's very simplistic, but and it's difficult to make simplistic music work all the way through, but these guys are pretty close, and maybe if I spin this 5 or 6 more times, it will pop up. But for me now, it's kind of 2 songs here that are really good, and the rest is good, or 2 great songs here, and the rest is really good. But yeah, very cool cover. I really like this one. Yeah, great album. So again, links below. Then we are going to Austria with the new Negative Bias, also out on Vendetta Records. I got 2 more Vendetta Records to show you. So Vendetta Records have been releasing some cool shit this fall. This band, I would say, is more in the vein of Garea in a way. A little bit more ritualistic. They have some ambient stuff going on here to make it more, yeah, I would say a little bit more ritualistic and kind of more, I don't want to use the word occult here, but yeah, it's very good stuff. This also might end up on my list. I'm not totally sure yet, but it's very close. Just great. If you like that modern era black metal, like yeah, Garea is, I think it's a good pointer. It's not 100% like that, but very cool scent labels as well. So yeah, just been playing this a lot, and I did really like their previous work as well. So that always helps when you get a new album in. That it's nothing. It's familiar, but it's kind of evolutionary in the right direction when it comes to the music. But yeah, Negative Bias from Austria, great, another great album. I can take the other 2 Vendetta Records. The pile was too thick. Very professional of me, but yeah. This time we're going to Denmark. This is Ildskær med en Rædsomste Nat. Very cool covers. This is also in a way like Ild, very simplistic, but this is even more, it's very kind of lo-fi production on it. Not necessarily the guitar tone, but it's just very difficult to kind of separate the riffs from you know, it doesn't pop up. This album is pretty good, but the next one I'm gonna show is very. But yeah, these are kind of based on historical events in Denmark. So the lyric theme is pretty cool. I mean, I can read Danish because it's not that different from Norwegian, so I can understand the lyrics. But yeah, it's very cool concept album. You could say that very primitive, but as I said, could have benefited from a little bit better production. But this album is not that bad production on as the next one I'm gonna. Bad production. It's just wrong for this type of music. But this is a really good album. So go and give it a listen. So Ildskær, den Rædsomste Nat. Then we have the new one, which I bought this just because of the cover, because I think it's fucking awesome. This is also kind of a battle scene. I think it's based, again, historical lyrics. I'm not gonna get into it that much, but you know, the same type of booklets as on the other one. So you have kind of an introduction that tells you in English actually this time, so you can read it. The lyrics are Danish, but you have the kind of, this explains it all, and that it's in English. So yeah, war themed. I don't remember. I'm not gonna say the story because I know the story very well, but I'm not gonna destroy anything for the Danish people by saying anything wrong. But this album is so. I listened to this digitally, and it sounds. I mean, you can get hold of everything that's going on, but the vinyl edition is. I mean, for the first, you have to play it very loud, but it's kind of. It's very difficult. If I didn't know the songs, I wouldn't be able to kind of separate what was going on, and it's very weird how they have produced this and. I was hoping the vinyl would sound a little bit better than the digital files, but actually the digital file sounds better. So you might pick it up on CD if you like this stuff, because I can't justify the price of the vinyl compared to the sound. I'm sure a lot of people would disagree with me on this, but for me this was just, yeah. This will I can frame this up and put it on the wall because it's a great piece of art, but I will probably never play this record again, just because of the bad production on it. Very weird. Yeah, but go and check it out on digital files. It's pretty good stuff. But yeah, check it out. Cult of Fire. This is Triumvirát. This came out ages ago, but didn't have the vinyl, so I found it for a good price, and a very nice skull there. This is kind of where, I mean, now they are more kind of ritualistic, occult in a way. This is kind of the early days of them. They are more pure black metal here. It's a great album, and they have these cool segments of the more occult. Yeah, what's the religion they are? Yeah, I don't remember, but it's very cool. It's great album, and but they have become more unique in a way. They have implemented more of the unique stuff on their later work, but this is kind of the early stuff when the basic is primitive black metal added on with some really cool ritualistic stuff, as you know, some kind of a black mass in a way here and there. So yeah, very cool cover as well, and the inner. So I'm sure a lot of you know Cult of Fire. Then we're going to Poland and the new album from Mânbryne. I don't know if this is Polish. Mânbryne. I don't know how to pronounce it. The title is Interregnum u wiary jarzmie. That was probably totally correct. Can we zoom in on this? No, lighting is too bad. But yeah, sorry to all the Polish viewers if I have any. Didn't mean to butcher your language that bad, but yeah, did I open it up? Gatefold with this kind of image of a yeah, dead person or whatever with a poisonous drink maybe. That was my initial thought. This is of course out on Territory Possession, and then you get all the good stuff. You have this poster, and you have this yeah, fitting for this time of year, with all the disciples there, and also a thick, very thick booklets, kind of with yeah, there's a lot of cool images of the band members, and very well done. As always, it's you know, the songs in Polish, so the lyrics are not. I don't know what they're singing about, to be honest. But yeah, musically this is in the vein of Mgła, Blaze of Perdition, maybe a little bit faster in general than Mgła, but yeah, quality. Oh, just have to turn up this riff. Sorry, just an absolute banger riff. But yeah, great album. This will be on my list as well this year. Really, so if you're into Mgła and stuff like that, I'm sure you will like this. Not as good drummer, of course, but it has the same ground idea, I would say, but a bit faster, a bit more aggressive than Mgła in general. So yeah, just a killer album. Out on Territory Possession. Then another band that I always I'm blind by this band all the time. It's one of the good old ones, Primordial, with How It Ends. I'm sure it won't end here, but yeah. Great album, once again. It's a little bit too long. I would have removed 2 of the songs. I don't remember which, because this is a little bit fun, because they have misprinted on side 3 and 4. It's kind of saying that this but it's kind of the wrong track listing on the vinyl. It's correct on the back side. I got very confused here when I listened to the first time, because the lyrics didn't fit the songs. But yeah, great stuff. But especially, I think it's All Against All. It's one song that I think is a little bit boring. As I said, it's been a while since I listened to this, so I don't really remember. But if they had taken out at least that song, maybe another one, I don't really remember. But like Call of Kvern is fucking brilliant. That's more like a one riff song, but it's just fucking epic. I think side A and B is fantastic. That's killer stuff. And also I think it's the last song is also a killer track. So overall, this is a great album. It's Primordial being Primordial. I would say All Against All, that song, he uses his vocals very good. You get everything from black metal to some, I don't know what to call it, but he kind of used his whole spectre of vocals on that song, and that's the good thing about that song. But in general, I think the song is not good enough for this album. I don't know if this will make my list just because of those two songs, but I will give it another spin the next week to just double check it, because as I said, disc one here is awesome. It's Primordial at its top, and if you like Primordial, you will love this album as well. And there's nothing, I mean, you can't really say anything bad about it. It's just that I'm very picky when it comes to bands like this. If they don't if they put on some stuff, especially when the album is that long, they could have done maybe just maybe a little bit too long. Put it down to like under 50 minutes, and this would have been high up on my list for sure. But yeah, I will give it another check just to be quite sure. Maybe those songs that I didn't like will be my favorites in 6 months. They might be my favorites. It has happened before with Primordial that some of the songs are not kicking right in, but they are gradually coming in there. So yeah, but I mean, everybody knows Primordial, and go and check it out. Regardless, it's a great album. I think it's better than the previous one, or the two previous albums. Then we're going to Sweden. This album came out in 2021, but for some reason I didn't pick up. This is Unanimated with Victory in Blood. Kind of, yeah, these guys released a couple of albums back in the 90s, and then they returned 10 years ago or something. Released a couple of albums. This is a double album. I do think this etching on one side, I don't... Yeah, you might not see... Is it that way? But yeah, there's some etching on here. I like etching. It's way better to have an etched side and put the music on 3 sides than have 10 minutes on each side, which is fucking stupid when labels do that. But yeah, again, melodic, kind of black and death metal, or it's melodic black metal with a good dose of death metal. Could say a little bit like necrophobic in a way, but also I've seen also, especially back in the days, they were very much like Dissection. But if you like Dissection and want a little bit more deathy sound, you could check out this band if you haven't already. It shouldn't be a unknown band for anybody, but it's not the most promoted Swedish band at all. So, but yeah, great album. It's nothing revolutionary or anything. It's just great black and death metal with this kind of melodic leads and solos. But yeah, very cool cover as well. So well worth having in the collection, in my opinion. And we are going to the Netherlands with a new Asagraum, or Asagraum as we all say it. This is Whale of Death, Ruptured. This is just black vinyl, has a cool poster. Two main members of the band, they are a 4-piece live, I think, but they are probably session musicians. Yeah, great album again from... I do like this better than the previous one, I have to be honest. I think this is just a pure quality. It's great vocals, great songwriting, evil, kind of... It's not like... it is pretty raw and primitive in a way, but it's not. It's more have a more thicker, richer sound. it's kind of a modern black metal sound on it. But yeah, they do some. There's some really catchy stuff here as well that kind of get your head nodding. But yeah, great album from Asagraum. Yeah, out on Circle Edge Productions in Norway. So they sell out pretty fast on the last album. Also the repress did sell out, so I don't know how easy it's to get hold of, but knowing the guy in Circle Edge Production, right, he will repress it if it's sold out now. There will be a new pressing of it, I'm pretty sure. And then last one is a US band called 109. This is also great black metal. It is kind of it's a little bit more evil than this Ephra, and than this, I'm not gonna say the name. A little bit more aggressive, but very cool. Again, you have these melody lines, but they are a little bit more chilling. I would say these guys are maybe more in the vein of Watain, or yeah, it is in the vein of Watain. I wouldn't say they are so melodic that Watain can be, but it is very much the same stuff as the Swedish scene with Watain. You could say Dissection as well, but I would say if you want a kind of a direction this band is in musically, Watain is my closest kind of pointer towards a sound. So yeah, that was all. This was a way too long video, but I kind of been postponing this video for a long time, and it's just been coming stuff. So, but finally got it done. As I said, my next black metal will be my list. I think I do have some more stuff coming in, but I might show that in kind of a mixed video. So this is my last pure black metal update, I think, this year. So thanks again for my new subscribers and old subscribers and everybody who comments on my videos. I do appreciate it, and be shortst.